Hey, welcome to the Seannie Mac Show. My name is Seannie Mac. It's a pleasure to have you with us. I hope you had a great Wednesday, and if you did, that's probably because you didn't watch 10 and a half hours of Senate committee hearings. just don't ever do a show about the news. That's my advice. Today was day 3 of the Senate Judiciary Committee confirmation hearings of Circuit Court Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, who is President Biden's nominee to serve as the next Supreme Court Justice. Now, as we covered last night, the tremendous power wielded by the modern court makes every nomination a reminder of the awesome importance of the United States Senate. I'm totally kidding. What I meant to say was every high-profile hearing gives each senator a chance to build their brand and make money from their base, usually by presenting a masterclass in performative bullshit.
First off, let me just ask, do you think most detainees at Guantanamo Bay were mostly terrorists or mostly, I don't know, innocent goat farmers?
Stewart tried to cross state lines to rape another person's 9-year-old daughter. He had 6,700 images and videos of egregious and brutal child pornography. The government recommended 97 months. The guidelines said 97 to 121 months. You came in at 57 months. Senator Cruz asked you why. The chairman wouldn't let you answer. I thought maybe you'd like to answer now.
So you believe the meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition? The fact that you can't give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
What does it matter when it goes back to we had them and they got loose and they started killing people?
Well, I could just say that...
if you're one of the people killed in 2005, does it matter to you when we release them?
Suggest that a president of your own party released him in...
I'm suggesting the system has failed miserably, and advocates to change this system, like she was advocating, would destroy our ability to protect this country. We're at war. We're not fighting a crime. This is not some passage of time event. As long as they're dangerous, I hope they all die in jail if they're going to go back and kill Americans. It won't bother me one bit if 39 of them die in prison. That's a better outcome than letting them go. And if it costs $500 million to keep them in jail, keep them in jail, because they're going to go back to the fight. Look at the friggin' Afghan government. It's made up of former detainees at Gitmo. This whole thing by the left about this war ain't working.
You serve on the board of a school that teaches kindergartners, 5-year-old children, that they can choose their gender and teaches them about so-called white privilege. You have made clear that you believe judges must consider critical race theory when deciding how to sentence criminal defendants. Is it your personal hidden agenda to incorporate critical race theory into our legal system?
If I can be a woman and then an hour later, if I decide I'm not a woman anymore, I guess I would lose Article 3 standing. Tell me, does that same principle apply to other protected characteristics? For example, I'm an Hispanic man. Could I decide I was an Asian man? Would I have the ability to be an Asian man and challenge Harvard's discrimination because I made that decision?
Oh, I think we've all pretty well decided what kind of man you are, Ted Cruz. Also, don't threaten Asian Americans in that way. Even in a shitty straw man hypothetical, they don't deserve to have the horror of being claimed by Ted Cruz. While senators of both parties did ask Judge Jackson substantive questions about everything from her judicial philosophy to her history on the federal bench. While she fielded plenty of legitimate and a lot of not-so-legitimate questions about issues in her legal career, ranging from her defense of 4 detainees at Guantanamo Bay to her sentencing of sex offenders as a district court judge, everybody's least favorite Golden Girl did have one thing they just couldn't let go.
How would you feel that if I'd had a letter from somebody accusing you of something, a crime or misconduct, for weeks, and I give it to Senator Durbin just before this hearing's over, and not allow you to comment on the accusation? How would you feel about that? You were here for Kavanaugh. If she's confused about what happened, some people on the other side had an accusation against Judge Kavanaugh that during high school, he sexually assaulted somebody. And the rest is history. That was known to the people on the other side and never revealed during the meetings they had with Judge Kavanaugh. It was literally ambushed. He was ambushed. How would you feel if we did that to you? I would never do that to you. If I had some information that's sketchy at best, that somehow you've done something wrong, I promise you, just from human decency, I would share it with you. I would not disclose it at the last minute of the last day of the hearing, and I've already given it to a newspaper so the whole country can read about it before you ever said a word.
Senator, she's had nothing to do with the cause.
No, but
Kavanaugh
I'm
hearing.
asking her about
you won't even let her finish
how
your
she may
response.
feel about what y'all did.
Could we have order,
Senator, your
Mr.
time
Chairman?
has expired, and I'm going to give her an opportunity to finally complete an answer.
So, if I could
Just
address,
answer the question.
Senator, I don't have any comment on what procedures took place in this body regarding
What'd you think about
Justice
the Kavanaugh hearing?
Kavanaugh.
Would you
What
let
I'd
her
like to
finish?
answer is your points about my sentencings in child pornography cases.
Wow. You know shit's off the rails when you'd rather talk about child porn. Imagine you just showed up to a dinner party right in the middle of the host couple fighting about something that happened in their marriage years ago. They immediately bring you into it. How would you feel if we did that to you? And you're just like, ask me about child porn. While Republicans pulled their red meat talking points right off of your uncle's Facebook page, they did not have a monopoly on performative bullshit. As New Jersey Democratic Senator and high school kid who constantly chews all the scenery in the play, Cory Booker was more than happy to show us.
Hear how every black woman in America who's gotten anywhere has done by being like Ginger Rogers said, I did everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards in heels. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not letting anybody in the Senate steal my joy. I told you this at the beginning. I'm embarrassed. It happened earlier today. I just look at you and I start getting full of emotion. And this woman comes up on me, practically tackles me, an African-American woman. And the look on her eyes, she just wanted to touch me because I'm sitting so close to you, and tell me what it meant to her to watch you sitting where you're sitting. It's not going to stop. They're going to accuse you of this and that. Heck, in honor of your person who shares your birthday, you might be called a communist. But don't worry, my sister. Don't worry. God has got you. And how do I know that? Because you're here. And I know what it's taken for you to sit in that seat.
Oh my God, he got it in one take. That email blast is going to be sick, brah. Look, as infuriating as this whole process is every time, and God, it's infuriating, it's actually quite illuminating. Because in real time, you get to see the wheels turning. You know exactly who each senator is performing for, what they think their job actually is, and in showing what they pretend to care about, you actually learn what they do care about. There is deep structural rot in this country, from the destruction of our economic stability by a corporately owned globalist economic system, to a failing education system, to a full-on healthcare crisis, to the absolute big money takeover of much of the government, including many of the members of the committee who have been prominently featured on TV over the last 3 days. All of those issues, in one form or another, come before the Supreme Court a hell of a lot more often than all the culture war issues combined. And while everyone on that dais claims to speak for the people, not a single one of them spent any significant time trying to determine if our next Supreme Court justice would rule in a way that would actually benefit the people. Because the people, they're really struggling. They're struggling in a way that no one in that committee room actually is. That's our show. Thank you so much for being with us. We're back tomorrow night with an all-new episode of the Seannie Mac Show. Don't forget to like our videos on YouTube and subscribe to our channel over there. You can also follow our podcast on all of the major platforms. And if you think we've earned it, please go ahead and leave us a review on your podcast app of choice. We hope to see you again here tomorrow night. Until then, good night. Hey, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you like what we're doing here, the best way to support the show is to become a premium subscriber, which you can do at the top link right down there in the description. As a premium Seannie Mac Show subscriber, you'll get the full video and audio versions of every episode early and ad-free. That's before anyone else gets it and without me asking you to do stuff like I am right now. Plus, you'll get exclusive behind-the-scenes content, a weekly Q&A with me, where you can ask me anything and I'll answer it, and premium subscribers get exclusive discounts on all our future merchandise, as well as discounts on tickets to all of our future live shows. It really is the best way to support the show and keep it going. Again, that's at the top link right down there in the description. Do it, and I will love you forever.